Shifting gears now to another sporting event story. This past Saturday night, Mr. Danny Garcia, this guy right here, he outworked Jose Benevidez Jr. after almost 2 years away. So Danny Garcia took 2 years away from boxing. Boxing is, it's wow, it's very hard hitting sport. You're not careful, you get knocked out in 10 seconds. Luckily for me, I don't box. But after a 20-month layoff, an introspective Danny Garcia made a successful debut in the 154-pound division Saturday night, successfully outboxing Jose Benevidez Jr. at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Garcia, 373, 21 KO, had been out of action since December of 2020. That's almost 2 years, guys. But he showed very few signs of rust as he outboxed Benevidez from the early rounds. Benevidez, 27-2-1, 18 KO, had very few moments of success throughout the bout, though he was able to hang on for the full 12 rounds. While not a thrilling fight, Garcia did show that he was sharp and healthy at super welterweight, even if he may be a touch small compared to much of the top talent in the division. Now, you may ask yourself, how small is Garcia? Well, after 12 rounds of action, it seemed Garcia would be handed an easy, unanimous decision win. Garcia ultimately had to settle for a majority decision as ringside judge Waleska Roldan scored the fight 114-114. Roldan was overruled by the cards of Glenn Feldman 116-112 and Tony Palulio 117-111. After the fight, Garcia spoke about his break from action, discussing how he needed to tend to his mental health. Mental health is, it's very good. You have to tend to it. Otherwise, I'm not a fan of it, but, so Garcia, this guy really had a huge fight on his hand on Saturday night. It's just a great boxing match. Great boxing match. And Garcia, I give him all the credit. A boxer that's been out for 2 years. Some might say people have rust being off 2 years, like in the NFL, the NBA, in boxing, WWE. It can happen anywhere in the sports world. If you're not fighting for 2 years, you might have some rust. Garcia did have some rust. He came out a little rusty, 12 rounds, but he got through it, and he defeated Benevidez Jr. Now, 2 years to a boxer might say, hey, well, you know what? It's 2 years. It's just 2 years. What can happen? What's the worst that can happen? Well, in 2 years, you could probably gain weight or lose weight or get bigger in time for another match. Depends, little weight, heavyweights. I watch a lot of WWE, so, boxing, it's real stuff, but at the same time, it's more about who's in the ring with you at the same time. So, so that is my opinion on the boxing Saturday night.